Alright, so I just went through a little thing, a teaching moment for myself. Something came up that made me feel, let's just be very general about it. Something came up that made me feel anger or a protectiveness over another person. Dual anger, anger of why I would still want to feel this way, and the original anger of not wanting, not liking someone to be tricked and want things to be fair, right? Now, a clarifying moment for me because it's the dissonance I feel when a certain thing happened and I get that knee jerk response that comes up. I get a vibe of, oof, no one better be fucking with her kind of vibe, right? And then I'm like, alright, that doesn't feel good. So, does the universe know that whatever I'm saying has nothing to do with whatever I'm talking about? And so I'm immediately off my path and feeling anger. Not anger, but approaching, like, clenching my fist, like, I don't want anyone to be tricked, alright? So is that anger as the universe knows no one's being tricked, or the universe knows everything happens just perfect? So I'm going away from that path, right? Now it works triple double duty because not only is it that, it's also me in the moment knowing what I don't want and knowing what I do want. So in the moment, I figure out through my knee jerk response to whatever stimuli I've been viewing that I want a certain level of fairness for something or someone, and I prefer a protectiveness over someone or something, and I don't prefer the opposite. So in that moment, I know what I do want, I know what I don't want. In that moment, Esther would say, you shot a rocket of all this stuff and more depth than you could ever think of, and you didn't really go with the rocket. You kind of stuck there in the anger for a bit before you figured out that you went back onto your momentum of it's obviously guidance. Now you figure out what is the guidance. Is it because the universe knows everything's working out and that's what it is? Or could it be something else? Still beneficial guidance? Hmm. That would be the most simplest and straight to the point and kind of right all the time, right? Universe knows whatever is happening to whoever, whatever, or what thing, or what circumstances is what needs to happen for everyone involved to learn or get the chance to learn what they need to learn. And it's not a test or a school, it's just natural growing, figuring out who you are. So as soon as you see something and you're like, ooh, that better not be happening, right there, you get that little emotional movement, and it could take you back because you're like, why am I feeling this way about this subject? Because I thought I left this behind. And then you're like, well, this is letting you know. Maybe you did not leave behind. Maybe you're figuring out something you do want and something you don't want. At the same time, clarifying how your guidance works. The universe knows that all this already, knows everything's right on track, especially when you've been paying attention to your P's and Q's and your focus. And so, it's alright. They are okay. They are fine. No matter what happens to them, no matter if they were tricked, no matter if they're just drowning in their own karma, which is pretty much what it is all the time, so it doesn't matter. It happens. I look at my life, my hindsight, every shitty, crazy manipulation and trick that I've figured out, and who knows what I haven't figured out, all being fucking ramrodded to me without me knowing, and then here I am. Beautiful, vibrant, zest for life, and wise and knowing. So, I look at that, it's the same thing. I don't get mad. I don't feel like someone's getting taken advantage of. That's the thing. That's the core thing. So what I'm doing now is unearthing core systems that are running that are cause these knee-jerk reactions. I don't like people getting taken advantage of. Even if they maybe weren't very nice to me or whatever, I still don't want it. So I have some kind of strong tie to this situation, which also got me into thinking, it's not something I really think about too much, but like past life connections, some kind of contracts, for lack of better words, some kind of agreements. Maybe I promise not to leave someone behind, or maybe me and another person know the deadfalls and the trappings of dense earth physical reality. And so we know before going in that one of us will figure it out before the other, and the other person, once they figure it out, they will remember and they will not leave the other person behind because they know the trappings. They will not even be patient. They just know everything's working out where it's supposed to be, and to hold a space and a knowing. The holding of a space and a knowing is the connection that will help whatever other aspect of the situation needs to be helped. It will help them connect to different versions of themselves that already know these answers, and let the answers of information trickle down through their belief systems, through their shield that blocks most things out, depending on your belief system, trickle in a certain way, where they too can be awakened to their true self. Kind of like a beacon, a personal beacon. Now, that's another thing, because why do I care? So I went down that route and thought, why do I care so much? Why? I really shouldn't. And then I'm like, well, that caring of not wanting someone to be taken advantage of, it's a blanket caring over the whole human race and all animals and beings. It really is. For some reason, it's pointed at a specific thing or someone or aspect of my life. For some reason, it seems a little more pointed over in this area than the general love I should feel for the whole humanness is. Alright? It stems from not wanting someone to be taken advantage of, wanting things to be fair. I have a big thing with that. I can tell. I want things to be fair. And maybe the dissonance in that is that the universe knows things are as fair as the universe can make them. If there is a level of fairness that's attainable, we've got it. If something new level of fairness is approaching every second, we're on it. We know everything is so fair that you can't even know it's fair. You're swimming in so much fairness that's never been in anything else other than complete fairness. So you don't know it exists. Like, say, a fish who's never broke the surface of the water. It just thinks this is just what it is. There's no difference. This is all there is. And then it breaks the surface of the water, and it's like, this isn't all there is. I'm in some kind of dense shit, and there's just some kind of lighter shit up here. What the fuck? And so we're always swimming in fairness, and we lose the fact, we just lose it. We don't know. It's like you hear the same sound, meh, forever. Eventually, it turns into almost pretty much nothingness, right? Until something happens and then sound, meh, beep, something happens to make itself known. You'll be acclimated to it, right? So everything's always fair. So the moment you see something or you hear something about somebody, or maybe someone did this to somebody, and you start to be like, and maybe you might even associate this immense potential rising of your guidance system telling you you're up your path, the emotion, as a caring for this thing or person. Ooh, getting somewhere. when it's not. I mean, you have the initial caring for everyone, but this knee-jerk response is because the universe knows everything is completely fair, and you're getting your butt bent about something happening to someone or something, be it an animal or a person. It's not fair. They got tricked. And it pisses you off, but it's only pissing you off because that's your guidance, because the universe knows you are swimming in fairness. Everyone has everything happening to them exactly how it needs to be here. That's how good the universe is. So as soon as you think that something's going on that's not fair, bam! Right off the path. Fast, too. Especially if you've been flying high. And you might misconstrue that into thinking like maybe you love the other person or you have passion for this object or this thing, when really it's not that. You're going off your path, misconstruing your guidance as anger, then doubling that, misconstruing that, and I must care about this person or whatever, right? When it might not be that at all. And you could be going down the wrong path because you didn't know about your human apparatus and how vibration and thoughts and everything like that, momentum, how everything works. All right. Wasn't expecting to do that one. I think I have sussed out what was irking me and pinching me off in this situation. I want to reiterate, god damn, how the emotions, they work like triple duty. Like, not only was it the lowest dense form of, oh, I'm mad someone's getting taken advantage of, whatever you think of after that, if you care for this person or whatever, but that's works for that, for having that regular human life. What's a human life if people didn't get upset and have emotions and stuff? It would be stupid. Alright, then up from that, it's the guidance, right? It's your guidance. You're off your path, right? On one level, it's your guidance. On another level, there was another one. It is letting you know in that moment that you know what you do want, you know what you don't want. That's another way, right? You know you want fairness, and you don't want manipulation, people to get tricked. You just know, right? You're growing your personality and who you are in the moment. Okay, so that's triple duty, and there's a fourth one too. Oh damn! I lost my mind though. Emotions coming up. It's your guidance. It's not just banging around anger. It's your guidance, and it also lets you know a certain amount of things. Oh, it can let you know how deep you are in certain momentums depending on how fast and how aware you are of the rising dissonance. If you already become aware of it, but you already got your fists knee deep into someone's fucking jawline, well, or did you feel the subtle shift before it even turned into annoyance? You just felt, oh, this is not right. Do I care about this person? No. It's my guidance. Something's off. Something I'm thinking is not right. It's okay if someone's been tricked. They're getting the exact life that they need to learn when they need to know when they need to know it. And perpetual amending. It's always something changes, it mends right away. To now you're on the back on the track to know what you need to know, right? So everything's all right. Everything's all right. And not to confuse your dissonance from this unawareness and ignorance, really. Because it comes so fast. When it's knee-jerk emotion, it just comes right away. Don't confuse that right away with that you have some sort of care for this thing or person. Don't confuse that. It could just be, it's just your guidance. It could be that. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be so locked in and then go down on a path that was never meant for you. Alright. That's that.